closer look. That's an egg-shaped UAP suspended from a 150-foot long line. We're told the craft is about 20 feet long. The egg suspended in a cradle. And look how careful the pilot is as they bring their precious cargo into land. Let's freeze frame here to look at one of the clearest images of a UAP ever taken. This is no blurry light in a distant sky. The source of the footage putting themselves at incredible risk to record this UAP retrieval. Look at how perfectly smooth the craft is. No markings at all, and no visible means of propulsion or way to see inside. Watch how it rolls, almost graceful as it hits the ground, despite being wrapped in the ropes and canvas from the cradle as it's dropped for pickup. The UAP's final destination still unknown.
Number 2. Number 3.
I've studied the whole history of this, going all the way back, and historically speaking as well, there has never been, in my opinion, anything remotely like what we are dealing with. Particularly, the era that started in 2017, kicked off with mass media coverage, New York Times, Politico, and all of that. And it just seems to be ramping up and getting faster and faster, to the point where I keep likening this to the old expression, the irresistible force against the immovable object, right? The movement for disclosure, if we can call it that, seems like an irresistible force at this point, but we are still facing an immovable object. And how this is going to play out is really difficult. I mean, I've studied this and I struggle with it. I would say that there are many layers of truth to this reality. So layer number 1, it's real. There's a UFO, UAP phenomenon that's real, that doesn't come from our civilization. So we're almost at that level now, but it's a level where no one is acknowledging who's behind it. So the government can still play this game of pretend and say, well, we don't know who's behind it or what this represents. We'll get back to you when we learn. That's basically their attitude now. But then there's many other layers of truth. Layer 2 of truth could very well be, it's real and they are here. Who's the they? Aliens, presumably. Okay, what do they look like? Do they look like little 4-foot tall grays, or do they look like human beings? Or maybe a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. There's a lot going on there. And then you go to the third level. Let's say it's real, they're here. Oh, yes, and we have their technology. Well, how much of that technology will ever be admitted to? How much of it is revolutionary?
Number 4.
What the fuck? What the fuck? No fucking way. The small one is pulsating. The big one stopped, small one's moving a little bit. You can't see it in the video, but there's a big orb. The amount of brightness in the light is just creating a big orb. Kind of like what comes off the moon, a big circle. So whatever this was, it split into two. And the second part went in a different direction with a different light source. And this other light source, it just looks like it's just pointed towards us. The surface, at least. There's the other part that just disappeared and it came back. You can see in the bottom corner, that red thing. There's some blue, reddish pink, and purple in all those colors that you see in the sky right there. the light that this thing is emitting is changing. Well, I guess that's it. The light went out.
Number 5.
Whoa. That is amazing. At first I thought this was like the moon rising or something. I do not think that now. You can see the light going in and out. There's your spaceship, you guys. Go in and out. Come back.
Number 5.